Hello, hello. Hello. Here I am, right on time for me. 2:09. It's an odd time. Why should we be like everybody else? Hello. Hello, nice. Thanks for joining. Tammy, tell us where you're from. Right? We forgot that, but we like to know that we're still joining from all over the world. Art Gallery. JC, JC Oliver. Woot, 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 woot. Preston Tomley. How are you doing over there? You can't get out. You're doing some beautiful work, though. I'm telling you. The things that you're inventing. Preston has a studio, but he's a New York artist and he can't get into his studio, so he's making do out of his house. And yeah, it hit a lot of people in New York City really hard. Moscow. Wow, what time is it over there? Hi, Tammy. Florida. It's hot here too. I wouldn't mind being in Florida though. I love Florida. My parents were there for many years. Hi, Birdie. Nice to see you. Nice for you to see me. Pretty soon I'm going to get my Zoom thing going and maybe we'll be able to see each other. I always tell you about these technical things, but a lot of you aren't doing this yet, and I'm not a pro at it, and I did get a new computer finally. Yes, because being on Instagram and Facebook mostly, it does turn out that you need to do everything by pad or by phone. And I actually had my computer set up, and I thought, well, I'll just set my computer up and I'll just see it bigger. And then my son said, I don't think you can do that. So, of course, I'm scrambling at the last minute and I'm getting back on my phone. And rather than having it on a little hook kind of a camera thing that I have it on a tripod, which is really complicated to work. So, if it tilts over or something, then we could abort this mission. But I'm just sharing, the real part of these things with you guys who are not doing lives yet or not filming your process or whatever. Not that you ever have to, but I get a lot of DMs behind the scenes and stuff, and you guys want to talk and ask questions and stuff. And you always forgive me because I always make hair comments because I always have bedhead. But if you lived with me, you would know that. I just feel like I have to explain it for people who don't. But anyway, UK, hi Bella. Thank you for joining. So how have you guys been? This is getting to be long, isn't it? Give me some emojis. You don't have to say the words, but this is getting to be intense. I don't know how open different states in the U.S. are open. We're open a little bit here in New Jersey. You can eat outside in restaurants. So Portland, Oregon, how are you doing out there? Are things open out there? Hi, Adrienne from North Carolina. I know you'd rather be here. But it's kind of kooky here. You really can't partake of much. And Birdie, it's hard, right? It's hard. You've gotten a lot of stress out through your mark making. Yeah, I mean, it's like I have told people who have been on here before. I've been doing this for about 5 years. However, my family could go in and out, and when they were home because of my veneers, I you know how my story started and how I got on Instagram because I really couldn't drive places and stuff, so I just started to make art and post on social media. But so I kind of know how to do the stay in thing. It's just that on the weekends or when my family was around, we could go out, we could go out to eat, or I do a lot of stuff with my church, and honestly, it's not boring stuff. We do fun things and, go on trips and, all kinds of stuff. And we'd run into New York City and what have you, but now there's nowhere to go. And so you can get food and bring it in, but that kind of getting old, although I'm thankful to be able to do it. And in town, the restaurants got the go ahead a couple of weeks ago, but they're only open outside. So what they're actually doing is in the evenings, they're shutting the street off. So the locals, we can't drive through town, and I can't walk through town because every bit of sidewalk is used for the restaurants to put tables in. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Just talking about life, during COVID. UK is mostly open. Okay, Bubs and barbers. Yeah, I had to go get a haircut privately. But that's good to know. They are opening the beauty salons now too. But there has to be an hour between appointments because they're totally clean up. No blow dries. Not that I get a blow dry, but for people who do. But at least they can get their hair cut, and at least they can get their hair colored if they want to. I'm totally giving up on the color thing for now. If I don't like it, I'll go back to that. But for now, I don't want to fight that battle. So I'm kind of go. There's Christy Hopkins. Hi, girl. I'm gonna see like how much silver I got going on here. Look, I got some silver. We'll see where I have a lot. Like my streak is growing out, but look at that. It's white, right? But not over here. So I'm thinking of making that my new thing. What do you think? Should I make that my new thing? I don't think I'm ready to be old yet, though. Yeah, well, Christy, people your age, I see the girls in my beauty salon. It's a very cool place, and I love it. And, I forget to be a grown-up. But they all are going for silver hair, but it looks really good on their, young faces. You doing the silver thing too? Yeah, let's see what happens, right, Birdie? We can get rid of it. I just figured I tried different haircuts. Started trying different color when I turned 40 because I kept thinking I wouldn't dye my hair until I started going gray, but I didn't start going gray until my 50s. So I just started to highlight, and then I started to get more highlights, and then it got almost blonde, and now I was coloring my hair. But thank you. No, it's all good. It's just, sharing the little minutia, in our lives right now. And it's the minutia, that we have to talk about, and that's perfectly fine. I used to talk about the minutia to the people who were in, I got a gray streak. I have a gray streak, Christy. See, look. Look, it's happening. There it is. I naturally have a gray streak there. Isn't that wild? But I had my blue in that. And I have gray over here, but not that much. So I don't know how the pattern's going to look, but my blue is kind of like fading out and stuff like that. And I did change my haircut a little bit. But I'm just giving you, some tips about this stuff. I also thought, maybe I'll come on and I'll do a makeup thing. I don't know if any of you, like myself, who are now going gray, you can add some streaks, you can. But I know you can't really see my blue too much anymore. It's fading. But she's going to put that back in. I think I'm going to keep that, or, whatever. But that's a small potato, that, or that's the big deal. It's like, I'm going to get my hair done today, maybe. In another 6 weeks. It's like, yes. But anyway, and then there's, for older women, but really for anybody, there's these boom sticks. Have any of you heard about these boom sticks? They're these sticks. And this model, she was the gray-haired model that was long gray hair. She was gorgeous. And you kind of put them on your cheeks and you put them on your lips, and they do everything. And that's all you need is a boomstick, and you're good to go. Except putting on makeup now is something to do. So why would I want to shorten that process? But anyway, so how many of you have been, hello, Scooby? Okay, so we have men on. We have men on now. We'll talk about men stuff. We can talk about beards if you like. My guys have COVID beards. Yeah, there's actually a contest locally at our church for the one who grew the best COVID beard. And my husband definitely had the best one, but he didn't win it. But he's going to get a couple pounds of chocolate. But yeah, he's rocking a beard for the first time. So guys, it's a good time to try your beards out too, right? And not have to shave every day, or, have a mustache one day and a goatee 2 weeks later, or then off again, on again, right? I mean, we really got some small talk going on here, don't we? I'm not even doing my nails. I'm not even going to go there. I was doing that, but it's like, that was something to do. But now it's like, well, but nobody's going to see them. And I like to see them, and they make me feel good, but not that much. So I would like to have a pedicure, though. I want a freaking pedicure. At least one this summer. I mean, I don't like to wear sandals without my nails, some dazzling color. But, yeah, I'm still a girly girl. So anyway, I know that, Anne, you have to stay in a lot because you have an immuno situation. So you're pretty much locked down in South Africa. I don't go out too much. I go out a bit because I want to get the exposure, because I know that some exposure is healthy. But I'm not hanging out in restaurants and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of people that are just crazy out there now, and not everybody's wearing masks. And beaches are packed here. So we used to be able to go to the beach, and that seemed like a safe enough place because it's, there's a lot of air and what have you. But I get out to the beach at 10 o'clock and I can't find a parking spot. So everybody's got the same idea. Hi, Maury. What are you doing up? You're doing up in Iran. I know, I heard myself on the playback. I said Iran. That's really New Jersey, isn't it? I ran to Iran. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but no insult intended. I got to be careful of everything I say now because I don't filter, and I never mean it the way that it comes out. And I'm not gonna say any more about that. Anyway, hi Doris. So anybody working on the get your red, white, blacks and blues on? Hi Doris says hi to everybody. I just thought that would be fun for this time of year, another one of those things to keep us busy, We could do the obvious thing at Christmas time, red and green, but I'd really like to mix that up and add something different in there. I kind of like red, green, and purple for Christmas. I like blue and silver too. That I always liked, something a little bit different. Or blue, silver, and red. That's pretty. Hello from Bahrain. Hello. How do you say your name? Baju? Bajuman? Is that two names? Is that one name? But whatever it is, you're going to forgive me if I don't get that right. It's hard to tell sometimes by people's IG handles. You're going to start red, white, blue, and black on today? Sure, any day, any day. You know what I mean? These challenges are not meant to be, they're meant to be challenging in a good way, like see what happens when you mix color. Do it one day, do it 2 days. I made it 7 days because I didn't know if anybody wanted to commit to 30 days or whatever. but you guys are so creative. I mean, I can actually see people starting to get tired mixing paint. You start mixing collage, you know what I mean? You start sewing on it. Uh, the possibilities are endless. We start doing crayon, start doing pastels, try a different medium, we could just go nuts. But I just made it a 7 day so we could kind of have a little bit of a celebration, because I don't know what 4th of July celebrations are looking like. We usually have this huge boom thing here in Red Bank, but that kind of diminished a few years ago. Whoops, dropped something. Sorry about that. I don't have my earphones on. But they're definitely not going to let people come in by the hundreds of thousands this year. So, oh, you used to live in Kuwait? No way. Wow. That's a far cry from here. Where do you live in the U.S., Doris? Okay, I'm glad you guys are talking to each other. So anyway, what else is new that I wanted to tell you about? Oh, I have a son who's going to be visiting this weekend. I haven't seen him in, let's see, almost a year. My son Jesse. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, been an interesting journey, but I hope he doesn't have COVID or anything. I'm just kidding. I know I'm making a lot of COVID jokes. You know what's really hard? They're talking about how hard this is. I mean, really, on the kids that can't go to school. Especially, thank you. Thank you for your compliments on my work. Yeah, it's been that long. It's been that long. I've visited him, Bertie, but he hasn't really been here. So he's living in Philly now. My son is living in Philly now. He really likes it. He was way out in the boondocks and he hated that. And now he's in Philadelphia. He loves the city. And he got a pretty good job. And he's going to go to school for some things. And yeah, he when he moved in right in the middle of some riots, which he sent some pictures home of, and just to worry his mom. But I don't do that anymore. I just pray. And there's something that you say about praying. If you're gonna worry, don't pray. If you're gonna pray, don't worry. There's no point in doing both. So I kind of pick pray. after 10, 12, how many years of their lives do we worry? Right? Do we ever stop worrying? So I just decided, I was going to kick worry to the curb. So really, even with the COVID, a lot of people do fine with it. It really depends. And it seems like kids don't really catch it. And what I was going to say is that them not going to school is causing damage in other areas that are considered health areas. Like there's more child abuse going on, and other kinds of abuse. There's alcoholism, drug addiction, what have you. People don't know what to do with themselves. Those are all health issues. People delaying their tests is causing health issues, their normal tests. And so a lot of these things are being delayed. And I know I have to go to the dentist, and my teeth have been really good. And because I go every 3 months, get them cleaned, because that's what they say. Once you're my age, 65, like you should go every 3 months. So I like to get my teeth cleaned. So, all right, fine, I'll go every 3 months. But I haven't been there in quite a while. I haven't had any cavities or anything all this time. But, my son went, Jake, the one who lives here now, and he has to have a root canal. Now, would he have had to have a root canal if he had gone to the dentist at the regular time? I don't know. But again, these are all health things that are acting up, and they're just as serious for some people and life-threatening as COVID. So So where's the middle ground, you know? I think it's really important to get the kids back to school, though. I really do. It's important for the parents. They can't get to work. A lot of them, it's hard to work at home. It depends on your kids' needs. You know, some are very compliant, some have special needs. They may be getting in-home help, but again, what are the rules for coming in home, into people's houses? You know, since it's all family. So, yeah, it's bad in South Africa. Yeah, it's I'm not trying to be, you know, depressing on here, but I think we do need to talk about these things because as artists, you know, we do pretty good because we make art, you know, and we're used to doing that by ourselves and sharing. So we're still able to do this. But we're not just artists, you know, we're human beings and we have relationships with all kinds of people. And, you know, I don't have the young kids, but thankfully my older adult son is getting paid because he works for the state. But if he wasn't, you know, he'd be in dire need and we'd be carrying that, you know, at our age. And that's not easy. But you do what you have to do. And I know a lot of families are pulling together. They have to. And that's a good thing. Unless, again, like Anne, she has to be very, very careful. Not that she wants to be because she's such a relational person, but her immune system is very compromised. So like a common cold can, you know, be a big deal for her. So she doesn't live in fear, but it's good to be wise. It's good to be wise. So anyway, all right, you're going to go, Maju? I might do a little bit of paint mixing today. We're not, you know, this isn't really a teaching time. This is a time for us to share. Thank you. Thank you. We need to visit each other. You know, it's nice to Zoom or to, you know, get together and paint, whether it's through Facebook Messenger or if you don't have Zoom, you know, whether it's through the phone, but just to, you know, paint together or do things like that. Thank you, Doris. I'm glad you like my garden. That is something that really took off this year because my hubs didn't have to commute so much, so he was able to actually really pour some time into the garden. And he's a landscape architect, but he never could really, you know, take care of our garden. And he, you know, he's very fastidious about that, and he knows that gardens need a lot of care. And so, but yeah, we've got some really nice flowers going this year. So it's surprising that I don't paint more flowers. And I'd really like to. But I think, I know me, once I get on flowers, then I'll probably be doing flowers and more flowers and more flowers because I'd have to, you know, milk that to death. So anyway, I think what maybe I'm just going to just do, and you guys can do too if you feel like working, is just going to kind of talk about mixing some of these reds, whites, and blues. Now, this isn't generally my go-to palette at all, you know, because when I think of it, them all separate from each other, I kind of think, yeah, a little garish, you know. And I definitely think of, you know, the colors of the United States, you know. But a lot of countries have red, white, and blue. So you don't have to, if you want to be a part of this, you don't have to be a U.S. citizen. It's not like that. It's just for artists. And yeah, I'm trying to get this. See, I'm trying to get this to squirt, but it won't squirt. It's just real life, real time. Oh, I see. I don't always peel back those plastic things because they're all nasty on your fingers when it's these golden paints and you have to pop this little plastic thing here. A lot of times I don't pop it all the way because then I got to stick my finger in there and it just kind of gets nasty. I don't mind getting paint on myself, but in the beginning, I don't like to. Because then I got to go wash my hands, and I just want to paint. So I'm impatient. I don't want to go wash my hands. But anyway, so I'm going to try maybe just this traditional, what do I got? Ultramarine blue. And what red do I have? A little bit more. This is Pyrrole red. Kind of a warm red. Let's see what comes out. They look nasty next to each other without mixing. I mean, they look nasty, but you know, they're intense. It's like there's not that many red, white, and blue homes anymore unless you're going folk art. So, hello, you're the grasshopper. So I keep telling Leah, she calls me grasshopper, but she studied privately with me, and I was saying, we were talking about the show Kung Fu. And the guy had a student, and he called his student grasshopper. But she calls me grasshopper. So we're both hoppers. But anyway, let me see if I got any white. If I don't have any white, or you don't have any white, and again, it's not a class, so you don't have to be prepared or anything. You can always use a titanium white, or you can use your gesso, or you can use any black. Oh yeah, there's Mars black. There's a lot of different blacks. Atelier, the one that doesn't dry too much, that's a nice paint. And it's fairly inexpensive. I just haven't used it in a really long time. I used to use it when I taught up in Montclair because I could get it. They had a Jerry's Artorama up there, a store that you could go to, and that was nice. And since I was a teacher, I got a big 10% discount, but it helped. All right, so I got that and the black. I don't really have a whole lot of white. Let me see. See what comes out. Now I know these Goldens are expensive, but boy are they convenient. I like them. I like them to be able to squirt them. They're not thick. I mean, if you like really impasto stuff, then, well, you can use the Golden from the tubes. But I really like being able to squeeze it out from these little holes here. So what I do is I wait until there's a sale. Can't go to Michael's a whole lot anymore, but when you can go into the store, I bring my whole family with me, and everybody goes in separately and gets me a different color. Is that illegal? Does that make me a bad person? Yeah, unbleached titanium is good. Oh, that's what you're using? Brilliant blue and brilliant red. Yeah, and you can use a turquoise, cobalt turquoise. I love this. Doesn't have to be golden. It could be any brand, all right? Like I said, they got teal, that's blue, right? And then you got a variety of reds. You got warm red, cool red. I mean, we could even, do magenta. I wouldn't say that's an illegal red. I would say that's a cool red. If you wanted to call it a purple, then it's a warm purple. I mean, let's not split hairs over it, right? The idea is just to see what happens when you mix them all together. So I'm going to get a little piece of paper over here. Paper. Be right back. Actually, you know what this is? This isn't a piece of paper. This is a board, just a cardboard. But it's not bad I'll turn it down in a minute. For just mixing colors. So let's see. Well, we go red, obviously. But if you want to do a pastel painting, you could do a pastel painting too. Let me just show you some pastels. I know you know this. It's just to pass the time away. Go ahead and paint. Feel free. I used to always tell my students that in class because they're paying for the class. You need to paint. And they'd be watching me and I'd go, I think you're supposed to be here and you don't want to watch me paint the whole time. Because then you're going to give me a bad review. You have to have evaluations and everything. But they went pretty well. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is I'm just mixing my colors with white. So I'm going to mix my blue with white. I'm going to mix my red with white. I'm going to mix my black with white. So I can get like maybe a very pale gray, a pale blue, a light blue, and maybe a pink. And then I can start crossing them, see if I can get some lavenders. You know, I'll probably get some odd kind of lavenders. Thank you, Farhani. Thank you. Thank you. You're not too crazy about pyro? Yeah, I don't think I use it too much. That's why it's here. But this is a good exercise to use the reds and the blues that you don't use too much. Because if you mix them, you know, you might find something about them that you like. So there's that. There's that. The thing about mixing color is, and it's not a color mixing class, and I don't want it to be boring. What you can do sometimes is you get little pieces of paper. They don't have to be great paper. They could even be like copier paper. You could gesso it and then just paint like large sheets of it and cut it up like, you know, to be squares and keep it around. And then you can kind of shuffle it and kind of make, I don't know if any of you remember the Color Aid paper, but Color Aid paper was pure pigment on paper. And we used to use that a lot in advertising so we could specify colors for the printer. But you can kind of make your own Color Aid paper. And then that way you can, you know, if you like to work that way, you know, with order, then you can actually paint sheets of paper, the different colors that you mix. And then you can shuffle them around to see what ones you like together or not. You know, everybody has a different aesthetic sense and a different way of going after their work. I kind of back into it, and but I find that if I do mix, like I mix for you, and then I go ahead and do a painting, it goes so much more smoothly. But I dive in, and then I go, why didn't I just mix up some color and then kind of look? And so anyway, I'll show you what I'm doing. Not as easy to turn this one down, so I'm going to hold it up because it's on this big mother of a tripod that's got all these knobs, and if I hit the knob wrong, then the phone will fall off. Let me just get a little bit of gray. That black is strong. You got to have so much white to black. So anyway, with those colors, here's some, you know, here's some light ones, you know. I mean, that's very, very different look compared to this, you know. So, and then we haven't even started mixing them all together. So, yeah, so the Pyro Red, though, makes it cool if you add a lot of white to it. Right there, it's kind of half and half. But if you add a lot of white to it, then you get a banging portrait pink that you can pay a lot of money for at the store. And I have no problem with buying every color under the sun because I can't help myself. I do that. But honestly, they are pretty easy to mix. But it just depends on the kind of painter that you are. And but this is kind of fun, especially when you have the time and you are running out of your favorite colors. That you can kind of get them by mixing some of the ones that aren't your favorite that you have left over. Like if you might have a really ugly green, like a nasty green, but if you mix it with a little bit of black or a little bit of white, then it's a nice green. So, yeah, just jump in, Doris, if you want to have fun. Use whatever red. If you don't want to use, you don't have to use Pyro Red, baby. You know, you don't have to do that. Okay, so anyway, there's those. I want to see if I can get a little bit of red and a little bit of blue, and those two blues, that bright cobalt blue and that pyro red, will kind of give me a really browny color in the middle. But see, that color's not bad when it's next to some of the brighter colors. So rather than use a pure black, see this, you can mix blacks and then you have another color black. So like in the Atelier, they actually have what's called reddish black, and that's one of my favorite blacks. But so you can have a variety of colors, and then you could have a blue black. It still acts, as same darkness on a value scale. Okay, so all that is fun. But if I take a color like that is so butt fugly, and see, I don't think the muddy colors are butt fugly. I actually like them because I think that they enhance the other colors. So, I'm a mud pie maker. But look, when I mix the white with it, I'm surprised. It made a mauve. Look at this. See that mauve? That and that with white made a really nice mauve. So let me see if I put the mauve down here. That's kind of a cool palette. So if you don't like bright colors, but you like softer colors, you can do that with this palette. Nothing that says it has to look, like patriotic. See? Look at that. If this light will help or hurt. But right? So you got a nice pink, you got a nice blue, that could even be lighter. And then that's kind of a mauve color. And again, we could go bluer, we could go redder. But you want to be in the video? Amy sent me a request to be in the video. You sure you're sending me a request, or is that a mistake? Because I'll let you come in. Just hang out there. Just let me know if that you really want to come in. Because I get a lot of requests and people don't want to come in. What time is it? All right, we got to 3:09 if you have to 3:09. I just want to see... what do I want to see? Let's see if I mix the black with that pink color, what happens. Well, it's a lot like the mauve color. I'm going to put a little bit more blue in it. See, now I got everything in here. But now I have a different neutral gray, but it's not just a flat gray. It's that's nice. I'm going to put it next to the other blue so you can say it's like a blue gray, like a steel blue. I think I'll put a little bit more blue with that. But it also has the red in it, so don't let that fool you. But, take the time to mess with it. I still can't tell. I'll show you. I'm going to try to turn this down, all right? If I lose you, I'll lose you, okay? So, let me try this. Here we go. So much stuff on this table. You can see a little bit there. Don't mind me, that's just stuff falling on the floor. Maury, you're from Brazil now? See, my tape was so shocked it jumped off the table. All right, anyway. So we have all those colors, and then, if you have black and just pure white with everything, you got a really cool palette going on. And again, if you use different blues and different reds, then you got a whole other thing going on. Let me see if I can get a nice blue black. Black takes over everything. So just to warn you, you'll find out by doing it. The best way to find out is by doing it. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. See, that's pretty. That's pretty. I don't know if you can really discern the difference there, but this is kind of a warm gray, black. It has all three colors in it. Then we got just a regular gray, a white, and a black. And then we have black and blue and white in that one. And it's given a really, really pretty, I don't know, what would I call that? That if I paid for that, it almost looks like a Prussian blue, honestly. Except I'm sure that it'd be much more opaque. Well, I'm having a really good time. You guys might hang up, but I just might keep mixing. Let me see, I need a different brush. All right, so I want to see if I can get like a really, really light. What is this? That's still in the red family. And that's in the bright red family. And I can add more black to it. It'll get darker real fast. But the possibilities are endless. And you can also decide if you want to make it warm dominant or cool dominant. That's something to consider. Or maybe you want to make a mostly white painting, you know? Yeah. I'll show you what I'm getting. I got this really cool navy blue here. I want to make a big puddle of that because I like that. I'll show you. And the rules of, according to me, are, and then if you add some water to it. So I took that really bright blue that I had and I kind of made it into kind of a soft gray blue. I don't know if you can really see color good on here. I don't know. I can't tell from my phone, but maybe you can. I could try to take a picture of this. But anyway, there's no rhyme or reason in the chart. I'm just, mixing randomly, and you can mix in something bigger than this. I love these Chinese food containers, okay? That doesn't mean that you have to run out and, get some Chinese food tonight, although it's a very good excuse. But I do save them because of the tops that go over them. They do keep it wet a long time, but also when they dry, they peel right off. So you know how you go to the store and you buy those kind of palettes that you can peel your paint off of, or you paint on your plastic and you can peel it off? Well, you can peel everything off of this too. So this is real good for when you're painting in small places and things like that, and then you got to pack up and you can just put the top on it and you're out of there. So, I'm coming back up. Sometimes I use the wrong one. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for all those, you're kidding? I thought you escaped. You don't want to go to Brazil. I love Brazil, but I got friends in Brazil and they're really wonderful and they write to me a lot. And everybody's locked up and locked down and all around, and these are not easy times. And I like to think we really need to be careful and not eat each other, because I think I said it in the beginning of this, we have a common enemy, and it's this stinking COVID bug. The rest of the stuff, what does it matter? If people are dropping in the streets from COVID. So, stay healthy, keep healthy, and all you scientists out there, man, get on this thing. And all you prayer warriors on there, get on this thing. So, anyway, so here's all my different colors. And I did it on a piece of cardboard. It's really funny. I'm not in my usual place, but I thought I was going to have to paint on a arches paper for you. But I got to my block and it was empty, so there was this nice piece of white cardboard at the bottom. So I did my test on there. So I might do a whole bunch of those on there. But I'm not a mathematical painter. You see me mix in front of you and stuff. It's just that I want you to not be afraid and think, well, if I use red, I can only mix red with white or red with black, but I can't mix red, blue, black and white all together. But you can mix everything all together, or a little of this and a little of that, and you can get tons and tons and tons of different colors. Just play the what if game. And then, if you don't like the traditional, like I said, red, white, and blue palette, then, give me some pastel. Let's make some pastel art. Or use, if I put cobalt blue in with this, it's reds, whites, blacks, and blues. Okay? You too. You stay safe and healthy too. We will. We will. Yeah, if you mix all these things up, pops of color, then you're the only one making the rules in your palette, okay? That's why I said reds, whites, blacks, and blues. You don't have to get anal about it. We're creative people, so the last thing I want to do is we make parameters for this, just like get your Cray crayon. But the wonderful thing about it is that I was reluctant to give prompts because I know that artists will come up with their own ideas. If they're fed every detail, many will follow the rules, or many won't follow them anyway. So I'd rather see what you come up with. So anyway, and I think and then we all learn from each other. I just might be on here yakking because, I can talk, but I can't run and I can't leap buildings with a single bound anymore. I kind of miss that, but I can talk. And I always tell the people in my house, if they don't feel good, I can lay next to them. I can hug them. And so, you kind of focus on your strength and, manage your weaknesses. But anyway, yeah, so I think maybe I'm going to just do something over to the side. It's not going to be an official painting because, what time is it? Yeah, I've got about 3 minutes because it's on my cardboard. So I'm just going to see what these colors look like together, next to each other, and what they do. I really like that mauve, man. That is, you see, I would never have thought of that or discovered it or maybe even painted with mauve, unless I saw it in the store or something. But when you put that mauve next to a grayed down version of that Pyro Red, then Pyro Red is not such a bad color to have. Like, look at these. I could turn off commenting. You know what? This will play back and it'll turn off the commenting. No, it's not a lesson, Toodley. It's just me chatting and talking about what we're doing. So yeah, that's not the purpose of this, is for me to get on and give you lessons, just to talk about what we're collectively doing. And if you guys want to get on and do a live and respond to it and show someone what you're doing or post it in your stories or post it to our page at hashtag get, this is getting really confusing, I know. Get your, it stands for reds, white, blacks, and blues on. So it's get your RWBB underscore on. RWBB underscore on. Get your RRWBB underscore on. Okay? And it's my pleasure, okay? We also have time, so I'm happy to do this. I don't know what if it will continue. I don't know what it might turn into. But you know what I want to tell you guys? Listen, get on my email list, okay? If you're not on my email list, because I am working on, when you talk about lessons, I am working on some color series type lessons that I'm going to try to do as minis and then string them all together. And what I was thinking is that I think they're going to roll out maybe one at a time, because being that I have to do everything myself now because I can't have someone work with me, they're going to have to come out like that, and eventually I'll bundle them together. But I was thinking that I could, if you get on a list, let's call it a pre-sale list, then when it first comes out, I could offer like a pre-sale discount or something like that. It would be something that would last, for a small amount of time, and then it would go to its regular price. But that pricing is a whole other thing, business kind of thing. But, everything costs. It costs to host the site. Every time I make a coupon, I pay for the coupon. So if 1,000 coupons go out at 25 to 50 cents a coupon that I pay to Thinkific, you can do that math. So I do the best I can with trying to make things available, but at the same time, like you, I'm an artist, and I share the love, and we support each other. But yes, lessons, courses will be sold. But I'll always try to give you first dibs and discounts and opportunities to buy them. I also would say, if anybody missed, a lot of people took advantage of the discount that were in the Zoom class, which was really good for them. That missed it, $129 for my full course, like my Path to Abstraction course. It's a 90-minute course, but it's something that course is essential forever. It's available forever also, but it's basic, but it's not just basic. Oh, this is how you mix. This is value. This is this. It helps you to apply it. It helps you to learn to see. A lot of times we get confused looking at our work, and that's why it takes us so long to do. It's one thing if it takes you long to do because you're just so loving it, but it's another thing where you're just continuously getting lost. This is going to cut me off because I'm running out of juice, but I just want to thank you all for being on, and I'm going to bless you. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. All right, God bless, and show me some love, and keep painting because the world needs your beauty. And also remember, it's just paint. Nobody dies. Love you. Bye-bye.